Of course I will go on a date with you. Thank you for inviting me. Literally the worst mistake I have ever made to this day.
Tomi's World.
Hey homies, and welcome back to Tomi's World. You already know it's your girl Tomi, and I am back with another video. Today's video is going to be a story time, and this is the story time of my first ever dating experience. Now this might come as a shock to a lot of you because this actually happened when I was 16 years old. I know that a lot of people are dating at much earlier ages, and I just want to know, who are your parents? Because not my Jamaican parents.
That now go happen. That will never happen. You will never live to see that happen.
Anyway, if y'all could get away with that before 16, then that's cool on you. And some people might think that 16 is a little bit early too, but you have to remember that when I was 16, I was just entering university. So your girl was like not grown, but also grown. Okay, honey? Listen. So when I was in my first year of university, I had a couple of friends who I had met, like they were just living on the dorms with me. There was this one girl in particular. She wasn't in my department, she wasn't in my near circle, but we were still friends because I'm a really friendly person. Like if you meet me in person, then you'll know that I'm always the class clown. I'm always cracking jokes, so people find it easy to just be friends with me. So one day her boyfriend comes to check on her, and I'm not even gonna lie, everyone is beautiful in their own way, but she wasn't like a model. She was just regular like the rest of us, okay? And her boyfriend came to check on her, and this guy looked like a model. This guy looked like he was walking straight out of an African catalog. Not even Jamaican catalog, because he was hot, honey.
Period!
So everyone was definitely shocked. Now this girl was a foreign exchange student. She was coming from Trinidad to study teaching in Jamaica. So when we saw her boyfriend, we're like, yo, what? Everyone was shocked. Not that she couldn't get this guy, but just that the guy was hot, like really hot. So we're all just there, and we're waiting for him to finish up with whatever he's doing with her and leave, because we are about to ask this girl, how did you bag that? So once the guy left, we're like, yo, how did you get that guy? He's super cute and whatever. And she's telling us all the tea, how she met him on Facebook before she even came to Jamaica and whatever. So me, being the little thirsty person that I was, decided to go ahead and ask,
so does he have any friends? Does he have a brother?
And at the time I was just joking, but not really, because he was hot. Anyway, I asked her if he had brothers or friends that, you know, we could meet, like me and the rest of my girls. So she's like,
actually, I don't think so, but I'll see.
So a couple days later, she comes to me and she's like,
hey Tomi, remember when you asked me if my boyfriend had any brothers or friends that I could link you up with? Well, actually, I had told him about it, and we are going on a date on Friday, and his friend wants to come along because he doesn't drive, but his friend drives. So we need his friend to drive us to the date. So I thought you could come along and make it a double date.
And I'm like, wait, is he paying for my food? She's like, yeah. Not because I was looking for someone to take care of my food. I was a college student and I was broke. Is he taking care of my food or not? It's a very important question. If you're not gonna pay for my food, I'm not gonna be coming. No matter how cute you are, period. Anyway, I agreed to go on this date with her and her boyfriend's friend. So we were basically doing a little double date type thing. Now we saw how hot her boyfriend was, and my friends were like, Tomi, you gotta like get yourself together. I was so nervous because when I asked the question, I was only joking, to be honest, because I've never been on a date before at this point. So now that I had actually got myself into this hot water, I was so nervous, okay? I was talking to my friends who were much older than me because, I mean, we're all college students, and they were in my department, and my college was like super small. It wasn't a huge place, so I knew all my classmates, and I was telling them, yo, so this girl said, we're gonna call her Shauna. So Shauna said she's gonna set me up with her boyfriend's friend, and you saw the boyfriend, so you know that his friend must be hot. So I'm gonna need you guys to help me to get ready for this date. Because when I was in college, I was doing my makeup like this and this. So just imagine, I wasn't gonna bag that all on my own. So my friends decided that they would help me to get ready for this date, and it was going to be on a Friday. Lucky for us, our classes ended at like 12 on a Friday, so we're like, okay, we have time. You're gonna be dressed to the T. You're gonna be looking like a whole meal. When he sees you, he won't be able to take his eyes off you. I was going to be popping. So then they were like, what do you have to wear? And I was showing them the clothes that I had. Now, none of my clothes were date appropriate. So one of my friends lent me a shirt so that I could look date appropriate. Come on now. I had to look good for this boy. Period! So my friend lends me the shirt, and this is what I ended up looking like. I know you guys might be thinking, but that was super hot in 2014. So not because it's not banging in 2020 means you're gonna judge me, okay? I was banging in 2014. Anyway, the guy comes to pick us up for the date, and I was inside because my friends told me that when you're going on a date, a guy should like come meet you at the door and stuff. This guy insisted that he wasn't gonna come to the door, so my friends were like, okay, let's go out, whatever. They're hyping me up because how the hostel is set up, like on my school's campus, it's just one whole like thing. So there are doors, rooms on each side, but it's like just a trailer. So people were coming outside of their rooms. They're like, oh, Tomi, you look so good. You're gonna totally bag this guy. They're hyping me up. Because I'm a clown. You guys know this. I love to get hyped up by my friends, and they did not disappoint. And like, I was friends with everyone, so everyone wanted to come and tell me how good I looked, right? So they all followed me to the door, and I'm like, yes, come witness my success. Come witness how I find my future husband. Come witness me, Tomi and Hyatt, going on a date with a fine African prince. Come and witness. So they were all coming behind me, and I was going to the door to meet this guy. When I got there, Shauna's boyfriend, and we're gonna call him Paul, Shauna's boyfriend Paul came out of the car to come get her, but the guy who was coming for me did not leave the car, and his windows were like up. So I'm like, that's weird. That's suspicious. That's disrespectful a little bit too. Like, the least you can do for a fine girl like me is get out of the car and come escort me inside. Am I lying? No. So I stood at the door because I want my friends to see what this guy looks like. So Shauna winds down the window because she was sitting in the back. She had to like wheel down the thing, and then the window goes down, and she's like, are you coming? So I'm like, I want to see this guy before I get into the car. I need witnesses just in case. Because no matter if they're fine, Ted Bundy was not an ugly man, okay? So anyway, he pulls down the window and it's going down slowly, and I'm like, yes, show us, show them what I'm about to get. Come on, because remember, her boyfriend looks like this. So what would his friends look like? Right? When the window got down, like when he finished pulling down the window, we were all shocked. We were just speechless. This guy was looking like he was supposed to be on my 600-pound life. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful. He was huge. This is why I couldn't sit at the front with him, because I'm not a tiny person either, but he was like 3 times me. So Shauna's boyfriend Paul was model size, so he had to sit in the front with him, because like his body even went over a little bit onto the stick of the thing that we're supposed to drive the car with, right? My friends were so shocked that they didn't say anything. And remember that all these people were there waiting to see this guy that I'm going out with. Guys, I was a little bit embarrassed at first, and then I'm like, no, you can't judge a person by their size. I don't know what a person is going through in life. Excuse me? Who are you, Tomi? So I decided to go on this date anyway. You would think this is where the story ends, but this is Tomi's world. So my homies already know that it's only getting better from here. When we go on the date, we decided that we're just going to go pick up some food at KFC, which is a good date in Jamaica. Getting fast food like KFC, bomb date, because the food is delicious. I mean, there are other things that we could have done that would have been a lot better, especially since your girl put a lot of effort into what she was wearing. But this was my first date, so I didn't know what to expect. So I thought this was an amazing date. After we ate, he asked me, what is something that you have always wanted to see? So I'm like, I don't know. So he's like,
have you ever been to Back Road?
For the people who do not know, Back Road in Jamaica is where all the strippers and sex workers and people who engage in promiscuous behavior, that's where they stay. This is not a place for good young girls like Tomi, okay? So I'm like, no, I've never been there. He goes, okay, I'm gonna take you there and I'm going to pay a woman to go down on you.
Oh, hell no.
Excuse me? I thought he was kidding. My friend Shauna and Paul seemed totally on board with this. I was not. What are we doing? This is what? Anyway, no one else is saying anything, so I'm like, okay, this is probably how a date should be going. So we head to Back Road. Before we get to Back Road, I have to tell you some of the conversation that was happening in this car. He was just this type of person who would put himself down because he was fat, but in a way where he wanted you to be sorry for him. So he's like,
yeah, girls don't normally go out with me because I'm fat, you know, and they're always like treating me different because I'm a bigger guy. And you know, if you don't want to see me again, then I would totally understand that. But I think you're a really pretty girl, and
I don't know, but something that I very much dislike in a man is when you are not confident in yourself. Yes, you might be a big guy, but you could be my teddy bear, boo. You don't know. Don't tell me about other girls. Tell me about me. Talk to me like you got it. Listen, no matter what you look like, if you have confidence, you can get anywhere. You should see some of the guys I've dated. Who am I to judge anybody? Anyway, we finally get around to Back Road, and he actually tries to pay a girl to go down on me.
Why you do it, John Crow?
I'm like,
No. No, 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 no. Oh, no.
that's not gonna work. So he asked me if it would be okay if he paid the same girl who he was gonna pay to go down on me to go down on him.
Wait a damn minute.
I'm like,
What?
this is getting weird. Can you please take me home? And my friend Shauna and her boyfriend Paul just thinks everything is hilarious. Like, you should totally try this, Tomi, at least once in your life. I think not. I think not. Now, you don't know if this lady could give me a cavity in my no-no area. Excuse me? So I'm like, listen, I am ready to go home. He starts to take offense and he starts to act like this is because he is a big guy. Why I don't want to do this, because if he looked better or if he was more fit, then I would totally be into the idea of letting a stripper who probably has cavity go down on me. And it's not even a stripper. It's a promiscuous worker. Or whatever it's called. I don't really know. I'm like, listen, I don't care if I'm gonna hurt your feelings. Please take me home. So he's angry. He's pleading to like, okay, I'm gonna take you home. It's fine, whatever, you know. It's your loss. I'm just there sitting like, is this what the dating pool is? I'm never going on another date again. I get back to school. And I'm so ashamed to tell my friends what happened. First, they were laughing at me because the guy was literally huge. So they're like, this girl, this friend of yours really screwed you over with this one. And then I had to tell my friends this story of what actually happened on this date. It's still a joke that we talk about to this day. Okay guys, so this is the story time of my first ever dating experience. I hoped at least you guys could laugh at how horrible my life is and my dating experiences. Recently, someone told me that probably dating is not for me and I should stay out of the dating pool, and I'm trying. Anyway guys, please remember to like if you like, share, subscribe, comment. All of these things help me out so much. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Mwah.